Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Chris Daughtry, and you're watching MRC Presents live at Lou's.
Never needed any reason to find deliverance. Like a cancer running through my veins, oh, it's never gonna give in. Seeing march like lambs to the slaughter, toy soldiers line up on the altar. I was never meant to drink that water. They'll remember me when I'm underground. Heavy is the crown. Never falter, never let them bleed you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring my castle down. I'll never bow down. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown, heavy is the crown, oh, heavy is the crown. With the weight of the world crashing, pushing you closer to the edge. You find a way to get a little bit stronger, to fight all the demons. Seeing bars like lambs to the slaughter, toy soldiers line up on the altar. I'll rise, hell or high water. They'll remember me when I'm underground. Heavy is the crown. Never falter, never let them bleed you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring my castle down. I'll never bow down. Heavy is the crown. Everything will fade away. Everything will fade away. Nothing in this world is meant to stay. Heavy is the crown. Never falter, never let them bleed you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring my castle down. I'll never bow down. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Oh. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Oh. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Oh. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Oh. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown.
Hey, it's Jave hanging out here with Chris Daughtry. What's the most difficult song for you to perform live out of your catalog, considering you're an incredibly emotional singer? And it could be a song that's difficult from a vocal standpoint or from an emotional standpoint, where maybe there's a trigger line that just brings you to tears. Is there one?
Yeah, I have two songs that sometimes I have to leave my body when I'm on stage, because there's attachments to each song, and I try to just be the conduit and let the music come out. But both of these songs are attached to people I lost this year: my mother, my daughter. September and Cry for Help. And I perform them because I know how powerful they are to other people, and I know that they help people. But it doesn't make it any easier to perform. And there's certain moments where I have to just swallow it and keep going. But yeah, those two songs. As far as vocally, the whole damn set list.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, why did I write it in this key?
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, it's those two come to mind for sure.
We were going to call this Live at Lou's, but it's going to be, I think, Beard Techniques of the Rich and Famous, man. I've got this big shag of head of hair here, and do you have any cool beard techniques? I mean, what do you use for that mug?
Man, it's taken up way too much of my time over the last 2 years. But I've gotten really good at it. I'm my own barber. So
that's good. That's good.
I bring all my clippers and stuff out on the road. And it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. I spend way too much time on it.
Well,
I got a level, I got a square.
It's a good-looking beard. I'm envious. I've been trying for years. I can't quite get it that big. So, dearly beloved Chris, congratulations on the new record. This album really sounds a bit heavier than a lot of the earlier stuff you've released. Was that all done on purpose? 100%
intentional. This is the kind of record I've been wanting to make for a very long time, maybe since the first album. And I feel like once I was able to get away from all the major label and all the voices in my head, people telling, you gotta be doing this if you want to stay relevant, or you gotta be doing this if you want to be on the radio. Once I was able to kind of shut everybody up and hear my own voice, it was very clear what kind of record I wanted to make, and kind of just going back and made me excited about music in the beginning, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, the records that as a teenager made me want to pick up a guitar and get in front of a microphone and start screaming, As a kid, did you always want to be a rock star, or did you have another idea in mind at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Different one for each age you just mentioned. Really? Okay. All right. No, up until I was probably maybe 15 or 16, I was dead set on being either A, comic book artist, or B, the next Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I would have taken either one. But then I fell in love with music. I'd always sang along to the radio and didn't really think anything special about it. And a friend of mine one day heard me sing and was like, why aren't you doing this? And he kind of twisted my arm, and I sang for his band. He was in a cover band for a minute, and I kind of got the bug, and he taught me some chords, and the rest is history. Did he give you the advice of don't be afraid to suck? He did. He was actually, he was one of my buddies that turned me on to, heavier music like Tool and Deftones and things like that kind of opened up my range a bit and started kind of thinking outside the box a little bit. Yeah.
To come when the demons in your mind remind you of the damage done. I was talking so much to say, like a haunting ghost from the grave, but heaven seems so far away, and so far. Changes are coming. still alive. Hit the ground face down in the dirt, never giving up when it hurts. Oh, heaven feels so far away. So get ready for the fight, get ready for war, and never give up what you're fighting for. Changes are coming, changes are coming. Yeah, we're headed for better days. Never stop running. Changes are coming. Yeah, we're headed for better days. Changes are coming. So get ready for the fight, get ready for war, and never give up what you're fighting for. Changes are coming, changes are coming. Yeah, we're headed for better days. Never stop running. Changes are coming. Yeah, we're headed for better days. Changes are coming. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're headed for better days. Changes are coming, coming, yeah.
Now you're doing a lot of stuff independent now. Considering the big industry machine of RCA Records, American Idol, what was the best piece of advice you were given as a young musician entering the big scene?
It's been more apparent over the past couple years than it's ever been, but a friend of mine told me years and years ago, and I kind of didn't think about it at the time or give any kind of, give it much thought, that it's important to have a clear vision, because if you don't, someone's going to give you theirs.
Yeah.
And I think I fell prey to that on a couple records, going from A&R person to A&R. After the first record, I don't think we had the same team again. It was a different team every record. And with that team came their own idea of who we were or who they thought we should be. And being in the, you got the machine behind you, you want to believe that everyone has your best interest, and you're like, okay, well, if they say that this is going to be, huge, then let's play ball. And it wasn't until I was kind of like what I said earlier, until I was able to kind of get away from all that I was able to see what my vision was, and really think about that, and just kind of take a step back and really be introspective about it. And I think really this whole pandemic kind of gave me the room for that. It kind of gave me a much needed pause and space away from, the routine over the last 13, 14 years, and really take a step back and go, what do I really want to do here?
Yeah, let's talk about that. The pandemic. I mean, would you say that's the biggest life change, the biggest epiphany that you discovered during the lockdown time? And what did you learn through all that?
I mean, I think it started before that, but that certainly was like a forced pause, where before it would have probably just been business as usual. Go out on tour, make a record, go out on tour, not really put a lot of thought behind it. And I was able to really dive in and go, what kind of videos do I want to make? What kind of, I'm writing the videos, I'm picking the, I was hands-on with everything. And I think that's the first time in my career that I've ever been that deliberate about every aspect of the project, and even down to the artwork and designing merch with my guitar player and keeping everything close to the chest. It's I think it made me realize what that friend had told me.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have that clear vision, then you're going to be picking up pieces of everybody else's, and it really kind of, the light went off, and I was probably more fired up than ever to just jump in head first and be in control of all of it.
What do you guys do on the road when stresses get high and you've got the rigors of touring? I mean, you guys are a constant touring machine. Is there a practical jokester? Is there a class clown in the band that you would want to call out? And tell me about an interesting practical joke someone's played on each other.
We were just talking about last night, like how fun it would be if we just all had boxing gloves and just beat the shit out of each other right before going on stage, and just a little friendly kickboxing. Now, who's the practical joker? I don't know if there is one really. I know back in the day we used to prank anybody who was opening for us at the end of the tour. And I'm trying to remember, one of the best ones was Theory of a Dead Man was opening for us on our second record, I believe. And we had this, the kabuki, like the kind of like see-through curtain that would come down right before our set. And it was on their big song right in the middle of it, and we just dropped it right in front of them. And they had to finish their set behind.
Nice. I'm sure Tyler was overjoyed.
So you could see like Tyler's silhouette, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, I think we've done this so long now that we don't get under each other's skin. We just know when to give each other space, and we just kind of
That's
go
smart.
off on our own.
That's smart.
But yeah, we don't like have separate dressing rooms or separate buses or anything like that. We're still pretty jazzed about what we do, and we actually enjoy each other's company.
Who do you have in life when you're the CEO of the business and everybody's on the payroll? Who do you have in life that's your litmus test? The one person you can trust to give you the uncomfortable, sometimes very, very direct reflection in the mirror of, hey, you're screwing this one up, man, or pull your head out of your ass with this?
My manager and my wife.
Okay.
They hold no punches. They
as a proper wife probably should.
Absolutely. We've been married 21 years now, so it's
congratulations.
I don't think there's anything that I couldn't, talk about with her and get a real genuine perspective from it. And
you actually wrote a song with her on the new album. Tell me about that.
We had written one on Cage to Rattle, but it was a very different process because she had some lyrics written down and wanted me to see if I could do anything with it, and I wrote a song around it. But this was different. This was us in my office in the Deadpool room, as you call it, and we just kind of, we were inspired one night. We're hanging out, and we we're just talking about this whole like esoteric idea of us, feeling like, we've been together so long, we feel like we've lived multiple lifetimes together, and maybe literal lifetimes where we've had to we always meet at a certain point. We go through the same things, and we have the same struggles, and we keep doing this until we get to the next level, or we get through it, or get it right. And then we were thinking, like, how weird would that be, like, to try to, convince that person that you've known them before, and you're like, no, but seriously, we've done this before. Get the hell away from me. Weirdo.
Deja vu in a big kind of way.
Yeah, and we just thought it was a really cool concept, and kind of eerie when you just read the lyrics. But it was such a fun process, and she's a talented, very deep person, deep well of I think she could be a phenomenal lyricist if she actually wanted to, go off and be a songwriter. But kids take the wind out of the sails sometimes.
Absolutely.
She's holding that fort down.
You guys kind of, in a weird kind of way, almost told the future with this, with Dearly Beloved, with the pandemic.
Yeah.
The world was on fire. Do you have a whole nother album worth of lyrics and ideas already written down, considering the current state of the
world is cured. It's world peace.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be able to be rich and
everybody's going to be healthy and wealthy.
Cheerleader.
Absolutely. I'm working on it right now.
Well, Chris Daughtry, I appreciate you taking some time to hang out here live at Lou's. Beautiful setup here.
Man. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. I'm Jave Patterson, and we'll see you on the next episode.
In the darkest of the night, waiting for the light to come.
How close are we?
Just wait a second. Yeah.
On this monitor here.
Let's just, can we get
Is that backwards? Yes.
Yeah. Piano sound a lot there to you? There's no PA. Oh. Headphones? It's gonna go right to Daughtry.
In the darkest of the night.
That's good. Thank you.
You guys all good up there?
Yeah.
All right. We just play it?
You let me know when you're set, I'll call action.
All right. Well, shit ain't gonna do itself.
Make sure that's in the video.
I'm ready when you guys are.
All right, everybody set?
Set.
All right, action.
Chris, you guys are good to rip into the next one. Right?
Let's rip it! All right.
Are we ready?
Ready.
All right.
Heavy as the crown, y'all.
Heavy is the crown, never falls, never let 'em beat you out. I'll be still standing when they try to bring my castle down. I'll never bow down. Heavy is the crown, heavy is the crown, heavy is the crown.
Nope. Good.
Great, thank you guys. We're gonna switch, put the chairs up here. Let's go.
Down your shirt. That's probably broke here. You want to do it yourself.
Here's the mark right here.
This isn't his.
That will mess up your tutu in the back.
This is like David Letterman and my next guest.
Yeah,
Perfect.
if grab a table and put those right there. Cooper, swap lenses with me.
Matt, if you have a cloth, you're like, okay.
Yes.
We're looking at about 5 minutes.
Done.
Hold on.
Always a joker.
You have to touch and make them flicker.
Nah, they got it control.
You ready?
Are we good? We ready?
We're good.
We got our time for
All right.
it, so.
Chris, you
I'm going right on the stage.
Starting on set.
All right.
You're up. Just make sure to talk to
Have that last turn.
Daughtry live at Lou's, scene 2 Alpha, shot 1, take 1, marker.
Hey, it's Jave hanging out here with Chris Daughtry. We were going to call this Live at Lou's, but it's going to be, I think, beard techniques at the rich and famous, man. I've got this big shag of head of hair here, and do you have any cool beard techniques? I mean, what do you use for that mug?
Man, it has taken up way too much of my time over the last 2 years.
Chris Daughtry, I appreciate you taking some time to hang out here live at Lou's.
Oh, it's a beautiful
here.
setup, man. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. I'm Jave Patterson, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Guys, thanks so much for everything today.
so much for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, got to go time with my wife. She's working on the Tahoe today, but she would have come down to hang out.
Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you
Thank you very much.
making us look good.
Guys, thank you all again. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much, everybody.